Well, good morning, everybody. It's the 25th day of September, and I decided that this morning I'd go ahead and take a little old video of my small Arrowhead collection and let y'all take a look at what I'm finding now and what I've found over the years since I started collecting as a kid. First thing I'll show y'all is some of the pottery that we've got here in New Mexico. These two pieces with the stripes on them is from the Anasazis. I'm not exactly sure how old they are, but we find quite a bit of this Anasazi stuff. And then we've got these red pieces here that they call, around here they call it El Paso red. Just depending on where you're at, some of these campsites and locations where you find this stuff, that some's got more pottery than others. Here's a little old scraper that I picked up, it's been about 3 weeks or so ago, if I remember correctly. It's worked on both sides all the way around. Nice little old scraper, for what it is. This second row of arrowheads just below the pottery, they all came from Texas, and you can see that third one there is made out of bone. That's the first arrowhead that I ever found, and everybody I've talked to that knows arrowheads say it's the real deal, but it's the only one out of bone that I've ever found. Now these other ones I picked up on my home place as a kid growing up. This one right here, this little red one, came out of my granddaddy's garden, as a matter of fact, helping him dig potatoes one day years ago, and found that red one. The next two rows are all New Mexico finds, and I've picked up, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 in the last couple of weeks. I'll scroll through here kind of slow and let you take a look at them best you can. These two right here, this little black one and right here, and this one right here, my wife found those. And this is the smallest arrowhead that I've ever seen right there, and it measures about 1/2 of an inch long by about maybe 3/8 of an inch wide. Here's the blunt that I found the other day. It's on one of the videos that I posted. I'm still just tickled with that. I've always wanted one since I first heard of a blunt, and I finally found one. Anyway, continuing on these points down here, they also came from New Mexico, and they're my finds. I guess I've just got the two that my wife found, the two complete ones. And these down here I've got a question about. You can see that this arrowhead has got 3 flutes on it, and I've got, I guess, 2 or 3 of these with the 3 flutes. This one here's got the tip broke off of it. This one here's got the tip broke off of it. And then I've got this white one. And the only ones I've ever seen that had them 3 flutes. If y'all know anything about those, man, I would sure love to get your ideas on typology, or what they're, if they have a name, what the name of them is. And that goes for any of these arrowheads. That if one of them, well, here's another one here that's got this little black one. It's got the 3 flutes on it also. But on any of these points, if you see something that you know for sure, hey, that's what this is, I would greatly appreciate knowing. This point right here, I found in Roaring River, Missouri, when I was about 14 years old. So I've had this one for about 35 years. I think it's a rice side notch, but once again, I'm not sure. If that's what it is, and some of you fellas know, especially some of you Missouri boys that find those, if you could maybe post a comment and let me know that I got that one right, that that's a piece of rice, I sure would appreciate your input. And this one here, this is the main reason that I'm making this video, because I've got a question about this point or artifact. You can see it's about 3.5 inches long, 3 3/4, something like that, and it's about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches wide. This artifact I picked up in Texas years ago, and you can see the working on it is what I think of as pretty good. The flaking along the perimeter and across the top of this point is pretty nice, but it's about a 1/2 inch thick, maybe at the thickest point. But the other side of it is basically just flat. It hasn't been worked. It hasn't been napped like you'd think, like the other side has. And I don't know if this is a knife or some kind of a scraper or exactly what it is, but man, I would really love to know what this thing is. If any of y'all recognize it or have ideas as to what it might be, please post a comment. I've had this thing since I was in the 8th grade, and I've always wondered exactly what it was, and I found it just like all the rest of these surface hunting. I've never dug anything. Well, other than that one I accidentally dug out of Granddaddy's garden. But anyway, that's a little, just a overview of my little old quaint collection. Collection that although it's small, I'm very proud of it. Here's another piece here that I've got some real questions about as to what it could possibly be. You can see that it's about 1.5 inches long, 1 3/4, about 3/4 of an inch wide, about 1/4 inch thick, pointed at both ends. I picked this up the other day. You know, it's obviously an artifact. It's on one of my videos, but once again, I would really appreciate any comments that you might have regarding what it might be, what it might have been used for. You know, I noticed some similarities between that piece right there and these smaller pieces here. I've got 3 of them, and they all came from Texas. You know, once again, you know, they don't, to me, it's not an arrowhead. Could they be maybe preforms, or, you know, did they have some other use or name? Anyway, if you fellas have some ideas, you know, please post a comment and let me know. And anyway, that's my collection, other than a box full of broken ones. And anyway, I appreciate your comments, and thank you for letting me share this with you, and happy hunting to all you fellas. And I'll be looking at your videos and stuff on YouTube, and y'all just have a great day.